Hello, my name is Bella Gray. This is my class evaluation for the Business Online 101 with Mr. King. Um, Overall, I really liked the class. I think, even though it was a lot of reading, um, I think it was worth it to read the textbook, and um, each and every assignment was worth doing. Um, and it answered a lot of questions that when I started to read the textbook, and then a question would pop up in my head. I'm like, oh, I wonder. And then an assignment would follow later on, whether it was about the first chapter, and then the assignment didn't come on until later on the class. It did answer the questions that I had, that raised in my head when I was reading the textbook, or when I was part of some of the class discussions, that got answered. So, and I really also like that assignment that was pretty much dedicated towards the questions that we did have, and we got to help answer questions for the other kids, or vice versa. And I really like that because I learned a lot more. And I'm like, when I was reading through the questions, I'm like, oh, I wonder that too. And then I would see somebody else answer, and I'm like, and I would see different takes on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that helps. That really does help. So I really appreciated that assignment. I think that's important, and I think that one should be kept in future assignments. Another assignment that I really liked and that I took a lot out of was the do things matter, or do things that matter. And then what was it? And then what was it called? The poverty mindset. Oh my god. The poverty mindset one I really, really liked too. I didn't realize I had a poverty mindset, like a poor mindset, until I was watching the video. And I remember when I watched that video, I watched the first 3 minutes on my way to work, or listened to it on my way to work, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like where he's going with this. And then I ended the video, and then went into work, and then during my lunch break I ended up finishing the video, and I'm like after I began where I ended the video, and I'm like, had I kept listening to it on my way to work, I wouldn't have ended, the first half of that video, or stopped it where I did and thought, I don't like this. I don't agree with this, because I ended up agreeing with it. If I only got, a little bit further, I would have known that. So yeah, I really like that video. And then, the ones where we got to ask our own questions and answer them for people. I also really thought another important one was, the supply chain crisis. I thought that was really interesting. I heard the term before, but I never really understood, or bothered to read about it or understand anything about it. But now I do, and a lot of questions that I had when I was researching it, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and it was answered, within the discussion. So I think the discussions part of the assignments are really good and need to be kept. As much as a person that I really am introverted, I really don't like to engage with people. So I think the online classes, the way that they're being done, where we don't necessarily have to see each other's in-person reactions, or online in-person reactions. So I'm not as anxious or stressed out or awkward. I'm more comfortable, knowing that I'm alone right now. I'm talking, to myself right now, and I'm more comfortable doing that. And then engaging within the discussions is a lot more comfortable for somebody who's introverted and doesn't really want to do things through Zoom. So I think this way is really good, with getting people to interact and engage, and getting everybody to engage in the assignments and understand it, and making sure that everybody understands. is really a smart way to do that. So, yeah, that's my